Hey guys. Obviously this isn't a poem, as you can tell. I just thought I'd check in, say hi, like actually, and not just make another poem about whatever. Um I hope you guys are doing good. Yeah. I hope that you listen to my channel for a reason, and I hope that it means something to you, obviously. That's why I write it. Um I wanted to chat a little bit about how I've been doing, because all YouTubers are self-centered narcissists and they can't get enough of themselves. Uh, no, fuck. I don't know. I'm just a stupid idiot. Um, no, it's the whole reason I write all this stuff and that I put it out so people can see it, even if it's only the 5 people who show up every other week, uh, every 3 months when I actually upload. It's because I want to take away a little bit of the taboo about feeling things and all that. Um, and I thought, as with the poetry, start with yourself, right? So I thought I don't know, give you a little bit of context about who I am for a second, and tell you a little bit about what I've been struggling with very recently. Um, so, as you probably know from the poetry, if you've heard any of it, um, a lot of my life has been sort of plagued with this feeling of insufficiency, probably most likely manifested in my elementary school years, and a lot of it has sort of led to this feeling of like wanting to make it, like wanting to be something. And you know I dropped out of high school, or the equivalent ish, kind of where I live, and I thought that was sort of it. I fucked up on the life path that was sort of the expectation, I guess. Like this is what you do. You go to school, then you go to school some more. You can maybe take a gap year, and then you go to university, right? And I fucked up. I dropped out, and I thought, shit, that's it. I will never become anything at all. But then years later, I redid my high school courses, and I just got into university this summer, actually. One of the better ones where I'm from. And I was really proud of myself. I still am proud of myself for achieving that. It really felt like what I had lost when I dropped out, I had regained, and even more so, made something of myself. And of course, there's still a long way to go, but I'm here, right? And I did really well when I redid high school. I've always been adept at school. It's one of the few things where I really felt like, maybe I'm not so good with people. Maybe I'm disliked here, and these people don't enjoy my company, and that's okay. But if nothing else, I know how to do this one thing. I can do math, and I can do school, and I'll get good grades in chemistry and physics and all these things. And maybe I flunked on my third language, but that's okay, because everyone does that. And then I got to university, and I sat down to do math, which is my second strongest or my strongest, like, field, and nothing makes sense anymore. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't even know if I belong here half the time. it is crazy to go from being the best person in your class in a field to being less than mediocre. And that's not what's frustrating. What's frustrating is that feeling of like, I used to be able to do this. I used to help people. I used to be capable of learning. And now nothing works. Like, the one thing that I could sort of lean on and assure myself that no matter what happens, no matter what you do, no matter what people say, at least you can sit down and you can study something and you can be good at it. And I suppose this is a fault of my own because I've never had to study much. I show up to class, I put the work in class, and then I go home, I lie down and I sleep, and I don't. Like, I'm in school and I learn things and I go home, and then I don't have to work. I don't have to put in the effort. It's only on papers and like big projects, and of course I know how to. I do it, but I've never had to be okay. And now it just feels like, you know. And for sure it's a me problem. And I have that feeling like that, it just sits in me. Like, how can you not figure out how to study at home? It's so simple. You just open the book and you start. But every fiber in my body is just like, nah. If you open that book, you're gonna feel stupid. You're gonna feel like you don't belong here. But I know that the only time I will truly not belong is if I don't open that book and give it my best shot. So that's what I'm struggling with right now. And the exam is in 3 weeks. And I still haven't done a successful, real, progress-filled day yet. And I go to class and I feel dumb. And I sit down and I work on problems and I feel dumb. And everyone around me are finishing that, and that subtask and learning all these different things, and they're asking the TAs for help, and I'm sitting there like a stubborn idiot thinking I need to learn this on my own, because if I just ask for help then I'm stupid and I won't learn anything because they're just going to tell me. And instead of actually looking at every single problem and spending time learning the subject, I'm just sitting there beating myself over the head time and time again for no goddamn reason. And that makes me not want to do the other subjects, which I'm still okay at, which I just need to put a little time into, where I don't feel like I can't do it, where I feel like it's hard but doable. But because there's this big looming task over my head, I just... Why? It's so easy. I'm a privileged fuck who can't get himself together to actually study for something. I think that's the biggest problem. How much I hate myself for my inability to do the one simple thing that I need to do to be successful. Anyway. I hope to put out some more poetry in December. I haven't been writing much lately, but I've still written a lot. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you aren't, I hope that you will be doing better soon. I'm doing far better now than I have my entire life. And this setback is terrible, but it's not the end of the world. I've been worse places and prevailed, and I will prevail again. And I hope that you guys have faith in yourself, that you too will get better. Because I promise you, it will get better. I threw away 3 years of my life. But all the things that I learned, spending all that time in a school that I flunked out of, gave me something different instead. Now I'm older than all my fellow university students. Not by much, just by a little bit. But I can still tell. And that's not always bad. And I hope you guys can also look at yourself and say, just because I've experienced something other people hasn't, doesn't make me less of a person. Perhaps it makes you more. Anyway.